Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders. This is Michael, the FXFreedom, broadcasting you live on YouTube. How is the sound today? Sound check, sound check. Everybody type in the chat, please, if you can see my screen and hear my voice. Okay, this is Forex Trading Course 101. This is the foundation course. As always, remember, trading is a learnable skill. It's a skill when you learn in the correct way the three pillars. The three pillars of the foundation course. Pillar number 1 is the market, pillar number 2 is the strategy, and the big one, pillar number 3 is the trader. Sound okay, Mattia? Thank you very much. You can follow us on YouTube if you want, youtube.com/c/FXFreedomFX, everybody. Remember, you are going to graduate from this course when, number 1, you have your chart set up and ready for trading. Number 2, you have your strategy in place, you understand why you win, why you lose. And number 3, you have a complete understanding on how this market works, so you can make an educated prediction, long or short, for the week. Also remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide. The streams are not trading or investment advice. If your way is not working, why don't you try mine? And for homeworks and questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and you can follow me on TradingView. That being said, everybody, strategy and different market behaviors part 3 today. Part 3 today, alright? Oh, this from previous. Let's get rid of this text. Not relevant anymore. This from the previous lesson. Previous lesson. Out, out, out. Delete, delete, delete. Delete, delete, delete. Okay. Here is the question, everybody. Strategy and different market behaviors part 3. So for today, what are you, meaning your strategy, your strategy's rules, what are you going to do in front of a news announcement? Everybody, strategy and different market behaviors part 3. What are you going to do? You, in the sense of your strategy's rules, what are you going to do in front of a news announcement? Okay, and you have different variables, not in a trade yet. Variable number 1, you are not in a trade yet. Okay, and here is another variable, so you are in a trade, I am in a trade. Okay, and this second variable has two variables, so two sub-variables. So I'm not in a trade, it's easy, right? Oh, let's put this down, it's better. I'm in a trade, and here you have two different variables. Okay? Yeah, give me a second, we're going to talk about news announcement today. So you have a strategy, and you are in a trade, and the trade is a winner. What are you going to do in front of a news announcement if your trade is a winner? And clone, what are you going to do if your trade is a loser? Okay, everybody? What are your strategy rules? What are you going to do in front of a news announcement? Now, a news announcement. Okay, so the news generally behaves in three ways. sideways, 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 and bam, this would be one. It can go sideways and sideways and sideways and sideways, and bam, it can go up. This is how the news announcement works. Whoops. Can I move? There you go. So 1, 2. And the last one, the news announcement can go sideways and sideways and sideways, and then it can go up and down like this, and this is what it's called the whiplash, and it stalls. Okay, everybody? Take a screenshot of this, make a photo with your cell phone and type in the chat done. The news generally behaves in those three ways. Let's make it, so this is not good news, not bad, it's called the whiplash. You know, the market is going to take you in and out, it's going to stop you out, and then it's going to continue in the middle. Make a photo with your cell phone and type in the chat done. The news generally behaves in those three ways. Let's make it. What is the lesson today, boss? The lesson today is that you must have, not you should, you must have rules in your strategy, written black and white, not subject to interpretation. What are you going to do in front of a news announcement if you are not in a trade yet? You know, you have a setup, and there is you have a closed body candle on the 1 hour chart or the 15-minute chart, and in 30 minutes there is a news coming out. What are you going to do? You can say, I'm not going to enter, I have a setup. You can say that you are not going to enter the market. So you can write in the strategy, you know, I'm not trading the market, even if I have a setup, I'm not trading the market 2 hours prior or 1 hour prior to the news announcement. This would be a rule. Okay? This is what professional traders, we take this in consideration. Okay? Now next, what are you going to do? There is a news announcement, is going to come in 15 minutes, 1 hour, and your trade is a winner. What are you going to do? And if your trade is a loser, what are you going to do? Make sense, everybody? Now, talking about this week, you can go on FXFactory.com/calendar. Remember, this time it's Brazilian time, it's my time. So today it's Monday, okay? And I need to refresh again. So it's 12 p.m., it's midday, okay? It's noon in Brazil. So Monday, and tonight, midnight and 30 minutes, we have the AUD news. It's red. The relevant news are colored in red, yes sir. Then moving forward, we have this one. It's governor speaks not relevant. Then we have 11 a.m. red news, ISM PMI, job openings. 6:45. So just tomorrow, everybody, we have 3 news announcements. One is going to be referent to the AUD pairs, the other one is going to be correlated to the USD pairs, the next one is going to be correlated to the NZD pairs. Make sense? So what are you going to do in front of a news announcement? If you have any idea, type in the chat, everybody. If you have any idea, or if you have rules already, maybe. There is no right or wrong, but you need to have rules. Make sense? Because the market is going to change with it. Not all news is equal. We are going to talk about this slightly, briefly. Okay? Wednesday, you have 9:15 USD advance non-farm payroll. 3 p.m. Wow, the big one, interest rate from the USD. From the USA, interest rate. What are you going to do? Is your trade a winner and they are going to increase the interest rate? What are you going to do? Is your trade a loser and they are going to increase the interest rate? What are you going to do? CHF, 4:30 a.m. I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to trade, but still, if my trade is a winner and I'm trading a CHF pair and I am going to, I will be sleeping during this time, what I'm going to do? What is the rule? For winner trade, maybe move stop loss to break even. There is no right or wrong, but it's an idea. 9 a.m. GBP official bank rate. Great Britain is going to increase the interest rate too. Government speaks, so this is not relevant. ISM services, yes. And finally the big one, 9:30 Friday, non-farm payroll and Canada too. So on Friday we have CAD and USD news. Okay everybody, so this is just for this week, and we as professional traders, we are counting, we are taking the news in consideration. Make sense? Everybody has some news to take. Maybe, yeah, fair enough, maybe not the long position traders, okay? But if you're a scalper, day trader, swing trader, then those news are going to have an effect on your performance. Make sense everybody? Okay, so up and down. Oh, this is the chart already. Let's not mess with the chart. So the relevant news for every trading style. Everybody, there are two types of relevant news for every trading style. Number one is the change in so it's the employment change, number, the employment change news, and number two is the interest rate news. Okay everybody? If you are a scalper, day trader, swing trader, news trader, Fibonacci trader, Ichimoku trader, Super JP Morgan Chase Unicorn trader, those two news events are going to have an effect on your trade. Make sense? The employment change news and the interest rate news. So, oh, but I'm a long-term swing trader. Here you cannot escape. Friday USD non-farm payroll, you cannot escape. Oh, but I'm on the 4-hour chart. You cannot escape the effect of this news. Make sense everybody? Canada employment change, you cannot escape, is going to have an effect. Okay? And to have just a reference for the interest rate, here is GBP, Great Britain, official bank rate. You cannot escape. Makes sense everybody? I'm on the 4-hour chart or I'm on the daily chart. Those news events have an effect on your performance. So you could be up 200 pips, you could be up 2000 pips. Why would you lose 50% of the profits? This is the question. Wednesday USD federal funds rate, you cannot escape everybody. Make sense? We are playing, so Being a professional trader, you are playing chess with the market. You make one move, the market makes the other move. Then you make another move, and the market makes another move too. Make sense? You're playing chess, so you cannot escape not to bother and not to worry. Freedom, I don't like news events. I'm sorry to tell you, but you don't have a choice. Fair enough? Okay? Fair enough. I don't like news events. I'm sorry to tell you, you don't have a choice. Okay, everybody? How this goes in an institution? You have your strategy in place. It doesn't really matter, 15-minute chart, 1-hour chart, 2-hour chart, 4-hour chart, and you enter the market in here somewhere. This was your buy. Okay, you enter long in here, and you are in here. It doesn't really matter what time frame. Okay, even on the daily. And then there is the news announcement, and the market starts to do something like this. Okay, you enter long in here, and you are in here. And if this is the institutional life in an institution, hedge fund, investment bank, proprietary firm. Make sense? And if you see something like this, and if you say, I don't like the news and I don't trade the news, I'm sorry to tell you, the news is going to affect your performance. The manager is going to call you and is going to ask you, John, why did you let a winner, turning kind of a loser? And John is going to say, oh, but I'm still in profit. And the manager is going to ask you, John, you were in profit 200 pips, or you were in profit 2,000 pips. John, on the 1-hour chart, 15-minute chart, 4-hour chart, whatever chart, John, why did you let the market eat 50% of the profits? What's the answer? John or Jane? Type in the chat, everybody. Does this make sense to you? You cannot escape news events. Does this make sense to you? Somebody just type on the other streaming platform, not YouTube. The smaller the time frame, the more relevant the news. Yes, this is true. The smaller the time frame, the more impact the news is going to have. But it doesn't change the fact that even if you're on the daily chart, why would you let the market eat you alive? Fair enough? Talking about being fair as a coach, and the manager is right. The manager is not here to break your balls or anything. He's asking you with all honesty and fairness. What, John or Jane, you knew that there is a news announcement. Why didn't you act? Make sense, everybody? And even if you say, okay, in my strategy, I have a rule that I am not going to do anything. Make sense? So this is the entry from the daily chart or whatever, and my stop loss goes down in here, and my take profit is up in here. Just an example. And you say in your strategy that you are not going to act anyway. The manager is still going to ask you, well, but why are you doing this? Make sense, everybody? Fair enough? You cannot escape the news. The news, it's a fact. The news is going to have an effect. Okay? This is one. Now, what would be another example? There is an uptrend and you enter long and the market is reversing. Okay, so this was your long trading here, long trading here, counter trend line break. You went long in here. Just give me a second. Color code. Okay, So you went long in here, everybody. You didn't know that the market is going to change direction. You went long in here, and you know that there is a news announcement. It's going to go sideways, and then bam, you know. So the market stopped you out. Fair enough? Same story here. Here you are a winner. And I was waiting for this comment. Oh boss, but the market can go the other way too. Yes, it can. Yes, it can, absolutely it can, but still you need to have a rule. Make sense, everybody? So if you are a winner, you entered in here buying, and the market starts to go against you, what's the plan? What are you going to do? And here, same story, you went long on this trade, and you went long on this trade, you didn't know that the market is going to reverse, counter, trend line break, high, whatever, you know, and then the market went against you, and this is the sideways, and the market stopped you out. The manager is going to call you and ask you, why did you... Oh, but I was in a loser. So what? John, you knew that the news announcement is coming. Why did you, why didn't you close the trade? Just an example. Okay? And here is what you must not do, everybody. Golden nugget. Golden nugget for you. Happy Monday. The Monday we throw golden nuggets at you, everybody. Golden nugget. What you must not do. Okay? I hoped. Make sense, everybody? So I went long in here on a pattern. Market did counter trend line break, high bullish candlestick formation, past support. Everything is okay. So I entered long. The market starts to go against me, against my position. My entry is at the yellow. The market went against my position, and here was the news announcement. I knew that there is a news announcement, and the news stopped me out. The manager is calling me in the office and is asking me, Michael, why did you do this? I cannot say, oh boss, I hoped. Why did you why did you let the market stop you out? You knew that there is a news announcement. Oh, I hoped. Because I hoped. Thank you very much. Give it a thumb up. You must. This is what you must not do, everybody. Make sense? You mean I should? No, I mean you really must not do this. Okay? You cannot be a professional trader on I hope. I'm in a loser, I'm in a losing position, the market is losing, I know there is a news announcement, I cannot say to myself, and I did this, alright? I did this back in time. If you are smart, everybody, you are going to learn from my mistakes. Back in time, I was thinking like this, what the heck, I'm in a losing trade, so maybe the news is going to save me. How many of you online can relate to this? How many of you can relate to this right now? You are hoping, you are in a losing trade, the market on the 15-minute chart, you entered on the 2-hour chart or 4-hour chart, right? You entered on the 4-hour chart, 2-hour chart. On the 15-minute chart, the market is clearly telling you, we are going down, we are going down. But you are telling yourself on the 4-hour chart, oh, maybe I hope the news announcement, I hope that the number is going to be good, so this is FXFreedom, and here is the previous number, and here I have the forecast. Forecast in the middle, and I'm losing, and seen here, everybody, Friday, right? You know, so they are telling me that USD is going to get weaker, right? They are telling me that the USD is going to lose strength, okay? And I am here, you know, I am short. It's just an example, okay? So I am betting against the US dollar, okay? And the dollar gets stronger. Freedom, what to be an example of a currency? I don't. AUD USD gets strong. USD CAD, everybody. Short is just an example, okay? So I am betting against. So you are USD CAD. You are betting that the US dollar gets stronger, okay? The first currency is the. What to be an example of a currency? Yes, it's the relevant currency. So you are long on USD CAD. Yeah, bad example, right? It's going to get. So you are USD not CAD, USD CAD. The US dollar gets stronger, okay? The first currency is the. Oh, you want an example? Give me a second, everybody. So you are long on USD CAD. An example. What would be an example? Right? It's going to get. AUD USD. AUD you are buying, okay, AUD, yeah, AUD USD, right? Okay, AUD USD, fair enough. Always right. You know what we're talking about, right? So AUD USD, everybody, you are buying AUD USD because you think, you know, that the news is going to be bad for the dollar, right? And now AUD USD goes down, you know, and on the 15-minute chart, you went long on the 4-hour chart, 2-hour chart, whatever, and on the 15-minute chart, you can clearly see the market is telling you, we are going down, and you are telling yourself, oh, I hope that the news, oh, but the news is going to be bad for the dollar, you know, and the market is going to go up. How many of you are doing this today? You are hoping, oh, I hope. Okay? Boss, what about where there is no news announcement? Great question. You should obey your strategy on how to manage your trades. Make sense, everybody? You should obey. Don't mix apples with bananas. News announcements are a specific event. Where are we? News announcements, everybody, are specific events. Okay? And those announcements are going to have an effect on your performance. Okay, if there is no news announcement, you just obey your strategy's rules, how you manage the trade. But today's strategy in different market behaviors, part 3, what are you going to do in front of a news announcement? Now, one thing is for sure, you cannot say, I hope, oh, I hope my loser becomes a winner, you know. Type in the chat, everybody, fair enough? You know, you cannot say to your manager or a boss, oh, I hope the market is going to go up, or here, oh, I hoped. This is what you must not do. So you have an example here, everybody. You are in the market and you are winning, or here you are in the market and you are losing. What's the plan? What are you going to do in front of a news announcement? Make sense, everybody? What can you do in your strategy? Now, step by step, right? Somebody throw a comment, not on YouTube, on the other streaming platform. Okay, we are streaming not just on YouTube. Somebody just wrote, oh, but the market can go, so before the news, right? So this was sideways, news announcement, and then bam. Before the news comes out, and when the news comes out, fair enough, the market also can go in the other way, so you can make more money. If you are a winner, you can make more money if you're a winner, and fair enough, you can also, the market can also reverse, right? This can happen too. Make sense, everybody? But it doesn't change the fact that you must have rules, black and white, not subject to interpretation, and you cannot trade, oh, I hope this is going to happen. Fair enough? Why did you stay in the trade? Because I hope this is going to happen. Professional traders, we don't trade by, oh, I hope. Hoping it's a losing game. And always Rice knows what we're talking about. Type in the chat, everybody. Can you relate to this? Is this you? Are you doing this? I did this. Makes sense. There is no shame. We are here to learn. There is no right or wrong. Okay. And the last one is, everybody, what are you going to do if you are not in a trade yet? Make sense? Now, the relevant news for every single trading style is the unemployment change interest rate, okay? And the last one is, everybody, what are you going to do? Less relevant news for the, so it's not relevant, but less relevant news for the long term swing traders. We are talking about daily chart, maybe some, okay, 4 hour, maybe 4 hour chart, daily chart, weekly chart, weekly chart. Okay, less relevant news are what? Are the PMI, CPI, consumer price index, whatever, and what could be PMI, CPI, monthly news, quarterly. No, not everybody. Pay attention. I didn't say not. I said less relevant. Quarterly news, anything not directly related to employment, or interest rates. Everybody, I'm not saying that it's not relevant, it's less relevant. Make sense? PMI, CPI, monthly news, quarterly news, anything not directly related to employment or interest rates. Okay? What's the difference, boss? The difference is that example. Just to give an example. The interest and the employment change is going to have an effect of more or less, one more time, this is an example, okay, what? It depends how you understand points, everybody, not to take in consideration pips and pipettes, but talking about points, okay, it could be about 200, 400, 600 plus points, okay, and clone, and down in here edit label, it's going to have 20 to 40 or maybe 60 points, right? Pips, whatever. Different brokers have different numbers on the right, okay? So the big news events are those two. Those are the big events, everybody. Those are still important, but not that relevant. Okay? if you are on a daily chart and there is a news event, consumer price index example, and the chart is going to mess up 20 pips, this is not that relevant. Agreed? Can you understand this, everybody? Type in the chat, I understand, or type in the chat, no, I don't understand. There is no right or wrong, we are here to learn. I'm here to help you to make sense out of the market. Okay? And here is your homework until tomorrow. What are you going to do in front of a news announcement? When you are not in a trade, and when you are in a trade and a trade is a winner, or you are in a trade and a trade is a loser. And Mattia says correctly, for a winner trade, maybe move to stop loss to break even. Why not, right? Okay, so let's jot down a few rules. Example, okay, so, okay, examples of strategy rules. Talking about news announcements. News, okay. Number one, if I'm not in a trade yet, I am not going to enter into a trade. What's the English? Up to or until? Until. Or if. I'm not going to. If there is a news announcement in 1 hour. This is an example of a rule, everybody. If I'm not in a trade yet, I'm not going to enter into a trade if there is a news announcement in 1 hour. Just an example, there is no right or wrong, it's up to you. You can write 2 hours, 4 hours, or 30 minutes, up to you. Different strategy styles are going to have different hours in here. Okay? Just an example. Okay, so number 2, we're going to say what, what Mattia said, right? So if I'm in a winning trade and there is a news announcement coming in 30 minutes, example, I am going to put my stop loss to break even. This is a rule. This is a rule too, why not? Okay, everybody? Remember what is the challenge? 100 samples, all done in the same way. This is the challenge. So if you have a rule that if I'm in a winning trade and there is a news announcement coming in 30 minutes, I'm going to put my stop loss to break even. Everybody. Okay. Remember what is the challenge? And what is the challenge, right? This is the challenge. Okay. You are in a winner. You entered at the yellow line. You are in a winner. Okay. And you put the stop loss to break even, everybody, and the market is going to go down, stop you out at the break even, and then go back up. How many of you this happened, huh? The market stopped you out at the break even and then reversed and went your way. This happens to, right? Oh, somebody said, oh, all the time, right? All the time. Oh, this market, it's impossible. Every single time there is a news announcement, I put the stop loss to break even and the market stops me out. I mean, I didn't lose anything, but then the market goes my way. But then I'm scared to re-enter and risk-reward ratio doesn't make any sense and yada, 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 right? Blah, 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 blah. How many of us this happens? Type in the chat. Me. This is me.
I mean, I didn't do
It happens to me.
but then the market goes my way. But then I'm scared to re-enter, and risk-reward ratio doesn't make any sense. And
Everybody, I know I cannot tell you what you do makes sense. It's your strategy.
how many of us this
But if you have a rule, if I'm winning a trade and there is a news announcement coming, I'm in 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 1 hour, up to you. You are the boss. I'm going to put my stop loss to break even. This is what you must do always.
do make sense? It's your strategy.
Make sense? Boss, is there any way how to predict the news? Answer: no, there is not.
There's a news announcement coming.
There is not, everybody. Nobody predicts. Make sense? You cannot predict the news events.
I'm going to put my stop loss
Okay.
to break even. This is what
It's not about politics, you know.
makes sense.
Hear me out, the smart traders. It's not about politics, everybody.
No, there is not.
Your friend works in the office,
Not everybody.
labor office of the USA, and he's going to give you the infamous,
Okay.
what's it called in English?
Not about politics.
It's not allowed. Inside information.
Hear me out. The smart traders. It's not
Yeah, we're having fun, don't worry.
everybody.
Your friend works in the office of the labor statistics, whatever, and he gives you the number before, you know, it's inside information, and he, oh, this is the number, you know,
It's not allowed.
doesn't change a thing. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't.
Fun, don't worry.
What you cannot predict, everybody, is how far the market is going to react.
The number before, you know, it's
Make sense?
inside information, and he
Let's say that you are losing, okay,
doesn't change a thing.
and then the number comes out in your favor from your friend.
Cannot predict
You know,
everybody is how
there is no way how to predict how much the market is going to go up, and then it's going to continue the pattern.
Let's say
Make
that you are
sense?
losing,
Yeah, it's conversation, a little bit more difficult, a little bit more technical.
the number comes
Just remember, there is no way you can predict the outcome of a news announcement.
there is no way how to predict
Okay?
how much
And if anybody online tells you, yeah, it's possible, tell him to show the numbers.
makes sense.
You know, Super, JP, Morgan Chase, Citibank, Forex, Robot, News Advisor. Show me the numbers that you know. You can predict how much the market is going to move up or down.
Okay?
No,
And if anybody
new
online
strategies are something different, everybody.
tell him to show
Okay?
the numbers.
Always rise. Problem with stop and break even is most of the time news have slips or stop blown through and big loss. Anyway, best to get out of the trade and wait to see what happens, right? Wow, great comment.
No.
Great
New
comment.
strategies are something.
Talking about right, there is no right or wrong, everybody. Makes sense? So,
Problem with stop
congratulations to you. Always rise. Another example,
slips or
everybody.
through and big
Another example.
get out of the trade and wait to see what happens, right?
Text, not this one, and
Great comment.
clone down in here. So this is going to be number 3.
Makes sense. So
If I'm in a winning trade and there is a news announcement coming in 30 minutes, I'm going to close my trade and see
down here. So this is
what
number 3.
happens and potentially re-enter. Why not, right?
Coming in 30 minutes. I'm going to
Okay, everybody, there is no right or wrong.
close
But here you have two different behaviors,
and
okay, on what you do when you are in a winner. What about the loser?
potentially re-enter.
What about the loser? If you are, so everybody, is anything wrong? You say, if I'm in a losing trade and there is a news announcement coming in
But here you have
30 minutes, I'm going to close my trade and see what happens and potentially re-enter. Why not, right?
when you are in a
So clone,
what about the
this is going to be number 4. Edit label.
What about the loser? If
Number
you are, so
4.
everybody, is anything wrong? You say
If I'm in a losing trade, I'm in a losing trade and there is a news announcement coming in 30 minutes, 15 minutes, up to you. I'm going to close my trade and see what happens and potentially re-enter. Where is the golden nugget? Boss, what should I do? Do anything, everybody. All of those are great rules. Just choose one. Or build another one, create another one for you. Just don't hope. This is the lesson today, okay? Don't hope. Consistently losing traders, those are the traders who trade based on hope. Okay? You can name your dog Hope. You can name your cat Hope. But don't trade. Don't trade, you know, I hope this is going to happen. Okay, everybody, see you back tomorrow with another lesson. Till tomorrow, stay strong and trade for freedom. Don't trade for money, trade for freedom.